So I'm out here in the shop again, and I had another devotional I was going to do that I think was funny and entertaining. At least I think it was. But I decided not to do that. And partly because sometimes life is not funny and it's not very entertaining. Just to be completely honest, completely transparent, I had kind of a rough week. A lot of uncertainty around my job, a lot of stress related to that. I've been out here working on this old truck and working on it after work, and I'm about like 99% done with it. And got to a point, the guy brought it to me. It was a running vehicle, but it didn't have very much wiring, I should say. So I've completely rewired it. I've started it several times in there to check gauges and stuff. Well, I was going to start it up and it would not start. And I was like, seriously, come on. It's just discouraging, just frustrating, on top of other things that are going on. And it just got me to thinking, sometimes life is just hard. It's just difficult. And I know that some of the guys that'll watch this are currently going through things or have been through things within the last couple of weeks that make the stuff that I'm stressing over and the stuff that I'm dealing with small. So I get that. But I know that, sometimes as guys, we're not good at showing or expressing our emotions or our feelings. We just bottle all that up. And like for me, I'll just shut down. Like if I'm like worried, stressed, thinking about stuff a lot, I will go in, sit down, and not say a word. And Brooke will be like, "Hey, what's going on?" "Oh, nothing." She's like, "You haven't talked in 2 hours. You're just sitting there." And I'm just, just going through all this stuff in my head. So I was reminded of this passage in the Bible, and I wanted to share it with you all. And if everything is peachy in your life today and you're not going through some difficult times, just tuck this away. Just save this for a rainy day, and come back to it then. I mean, obviously you can continue to watch it, but it may not be applicable for you today. But this is the one thing that I have learned on, a little over 40 years on this earth, is that trouble does visit all of us, regardless of who we are, and where we come from and where we're going. So anyway, I wanted to share this passage with you. And I know this is probably a little bit different tone than some of my other videos, but it's just real and it's just raw. And I think life, sometimes it just is real and it's raw, and it beats us down, and we need to be honest about it. We need to pretend that it's not happening. So anyway, I want to share this passage with you because it did encourage me. This passage come to mind today after I worked on this truck. Put so many hours on it, then and now it won't start. So I have to troubleshoot that. But this is one of the passages that encouraged me in that moment. So I hope it does the same for you. So it's found in 2 Corinthians chapter 4. And this is what it says. This is the Apostle Paul writing here. He says, "For our present troubles are small and won't last for very long. Yet they produce for us a glory that vastly outweighs them and will last forever." This is what amazes me about this passage. I'm not saying that what you're going through is small, but this is about perspective, right? what amazes me about this passage is the guy that is writing it. The guy that I believe the Lord inspired to put these words on paper. That guy, he had been shipwrecked 3 times. He had been in prison multiple times. He had been beat. And he says, hey guys, our current troubles are small. And they won't last very long. And it's hard to have that kind of perspective when we're in the middle of something that is weighing on us, whether it's something, a health issue, a financial issue, whatever it is. It's hard to come to the place sometimes to say, will this matter in a week, a month, a year? You know what I mean? Will it matter in eternity? And most of the time, the answer is, whatever I'm experiencing here, whatever that trouble is, that's not going to follow me into eternity. So it is about perspective. It's about knowing that whatever we're going through, it will not last forever. So I hope that, like I said, I know that I have a couple people that are watching this that are going through some things that are way heavier than what I'm dealing with. So I hope that encourages you. I'm not making light of what you're going through or your current struggles, but in the scheme of eternity, will those things matter? That's a good question to ask sometimes. It's not that we pretend that they're not there. It's not that we don't try to address them, but will they matter in eternity? It's about that perspective. And then also, I think what comes right behind that is, what do we focus on then? What do we focus our attention on then? And that is things that may matter in eternity. And I believe this word, this Bible, matters for eternity. I believe having these conversations like this, they will matter in eternity. And that's what motivates me to do it. Man, this truck's 70 years old. One day, it'll be no more. I don't know what'll happen to it, but it's not going to last forever. But we each have a soul that will last forever somewhere. So let's give some consideration as to what lasts eternity and what importance we can put on it. So I hope that encourages you as it did me. I do want to say thank you to Lola for editing my videos. I'm greatly appreciative of her.